name's Jennifer Fletcher. I'm with Modern Air Solutions. Me and my husband, Tom Fletcher, have owned Modern Air for the last 13 years, and we're out in Oswego, Illinois. We do. So we focus on the financing factory specials. We offer the 0% financing for all of our performance and Infinity equipment, and that way it ensures that we get all the factory rebates that are available to us. We really try and focus on the monthly payments. We find that we use the TEC proposal system, and it works really good with setting up a good, better, best scenario. And with that, we find that we always use the best scenario as the lowest payment, and it has really helped us to get our customers into a more higher end equipment. Definitely everybody's looking for 0% financing. That's a fact. We have found that the 36-month 0% financing is the one we use the most often. And I feel the reason for that is because we do the good, better, best scenario, the majority of people, they're not going to pick the top, they're not going to pick the lowest. They end to fall somewhere in the middle. And both of our middle packages offer that 36-month financing. But definitely this year we've done a strong focus on matching up the 60-month with the Infinity to really get that package at a lower monthly amount, and it has proven to be very successful in helping us move more of the higher end equipment. We try and definitely include marketing in our financing in all of our marketing material. Wells Fargo has a bunch of different verbiage and specific communications with digital and print that they're looking for. So a lot of times we just go ahead and download that right online, use their banners, use all their information to ensure that we're getting the correct information, but definitely try and get it on all of our marketing material. Sure. I think that since we've moved to the TEC proposal system with the monthly payments, we've seen the greatest success. So we had a customer that was in a 17-year-old system that it had broken down pretty quickly, looking to get into something probably next day. Unfortunately, he just didn't have that initial lump sum investment to put into a system that he really was bought into, and that was the Infinity. Because of the comfort and the energy savings he would have gotten from it, but basically said, hey, I'm just going to go into the cheapest that I can possibly get. But when we presented it in that fashion with the monthly payments, turned out that the Infinity package had the lowest monthly payment. The term was a little bit longer on the loan, but he was definitely sold in to the fact that he was going to reap those energy savings throughout that 5 years. And when he got approved through Wells Fargo, unfortunately he didn't get enough money for that package, but by reaching back out to Wells Fargo and discussing with them what we were trying to do for him, they increased his limit and we were able to get him into that package. So it was really a win-win situation for both of us.
Fred Kahn, General Manager, Riley Heating and Cooling. Melrose Park is our shop. Brian, factory authorized dealer since the day it started. We've been handling Brian products since Mr. Riley back in 1938. Yes, we pick and choose which of the monthly payments work best based on the product tier. So we don't have the same term for each product. The more expensive systems have either 6 years or 5 years, and the base systems have 18 months. We use TEC proposals, and we show that per monthly amount on every estimate, every proposal that we hand out. We even put 0% 12 months on our service tickets as well, because we do finance a lot of service repairs as well, so that they know both sides. The 60-month one is probably the most popular. It gives a nice per month amount. We even tried to bring it up as a per day amount. So we used a concept of for like a cup of coffee, you can either have a repair or a replacement. Because then if you think about it, and you do it right, you do the math, things come out to be about $5 to $10 per day, and that kind of eases the stress level of buying some of these expensive systems. Oh yes, it's on our commercials, it's in our pamphlets, it's in our brochures, it's out front and center for sure. Yeah, so we start out with the financing offer at the beginning of the conversation. When we present the TEC proposals, it has the per month amount. I try to even break it down per day and talk to the customer about $5 to $10 a day is really all this is going to cost. With the different plans that Bryant has, We don't maybe lock it in. We present usually 60 months and 18 months based on the two kinds of systems. But sometimes a homeowner will maybe want the system, but they need it to be maybe the 72-month plan. So we'll flip into that, or it's an 18-month on the other system, and boy, if you could you offer me 24 months? There's been a couple cases where that's helped close the deal. So it's important maybe to have your two kind of basic plans, but know that you can use that flexibility. And when you do it that way, the customer then has a lower monthly amount, and it sometimes will help close the deal.
Tom Ascari, Mendel Plumbing and Heating. Yeah, real simple. We're kind of old school in that we don't really ask for reviews ever since the beginning of time. We've told our team that we're going to earn them. And so we do it through good old-fashioned service. We say that every good review that we earn is going to be earned, and we expect our team to earn them through great service. We tell our team go out and wow the clients and compel them through outstanding service to want to go out and tell people. A couple reasons for that. One is we want authentic reviews. We don't want forced feeling reviews. And we feel we get more authentic reviews when we don't ask for them and we compel them through our great service. And one of the most important things we teach our techs to do is how they close a call is 90% of the review process. So wow them on the close, brag about your work, show them the details of what you've done, the professionalism of your work goes a long way towards growing reviews. Yeah, the only aspect of asking for reviews, we use Podium to request our reviews and bring them out to the various review sites. Podium sends a text message after each of our service calls to our clients, asking them if they'd be willing to post a review. And that's the extent of our request is via text message after the call is done. Well, first of all, they're going to happen. So you have to find an effective way to deal with it. And by the time we get a negative review, however, the way we look at it is if somebody goes out on the web and they post a negative review on you, they're probably not going to use this again. So at that point in time, it's damage control for us. It's how do we make sure that whatever they've posted doesn't infect and detract from other potential clients that might be reading it. So when we write a response to a negative review, it's all about facts. We don't get defensive. It's all about just explaining our position. But at the same time, honestly, we're somewhat trying to discredit the person that went out there, because oftentimes when people post a negative review, they haven't contacted our company. They haven't tried to work through it with us. So one of the first things that we do is in our first sentence, we say we take client satisfaction extremely seriously, and we've looked through our system and we don't see where you contact us relative to this issue. So we're going to go ahead and reply to you here on this review site, just to discredit them a little bit, to say, make them, I hate to say it, but make them appear like they're a little bit of a whiner. And so it discredits them relative to their review on the online systems. And then we'll go ahead and just explain in facts what occurred. But we're writing a review and that response to that review in that instance for the other readers, not so much for the person we're writing back to, we're writing it for the other readers. So it helps clients understand what happened here. And so when they read it, it feels like we're a reasonable company and what happened was somewhat justified. And if it's a mistake, we'll admit it, we blew it. We'll make it right and then go online and explain that we called you and we worked this out and everything is good. But oftentimes it's just people who are just complainers in general. So we just approach it from that perspective. Again, that goes back to our earlier question as well, which is we don't press clients for reviews because we want them to be authentic. We want our team to feel like these are earned. I don't know if you've ever been to a restaurant or a store and they hand you your receipt at the end of the day and say, hey, you know what, my manager, this really matters to me, that I get good reviews. I gotta stop looking at the camera. So have you ever been in a restaurant or a store and they circle the receipt and say, I get rewards and points for reviews, and if you could leave me one, that'd be really great. I'm less inclined to leave reviews for folks like that. And if you blow my socks off without you taking care of me today, you don't even ask me for a review. I'm gonna go out and leave one for you. And that's kind of how we've modeled our approach to getting reviews in our business, is it all starts with wowing the customer. And the onus is on us to make sure we wow the customer, because if we haven't, we don't really deserve a review in our opinion. And so that's the approach we take to it.
My name is Jason Johnson. I own J&J Heating Air Conditioning out of South Elgin, Illinois. We're a Bryant Factory authorized dealer, been in business for over 18 years. We specialize in residential and commercial air conditioning. We do add-on replacement work as well. Since we've added HVAC proposal software through TEC, Our sales mixes went up to the better brands. We've sold more Evolution equipment. We have a higher average ticket, and we sell a lot more accessories. Customers love seeing the financing on the page, how much our monthly payment's going to be. Not only has our sales mix increased, but so has our accessory sales. When we go to a customer's home and give them all the options, they have the choice to add the accessories right now and finance it over whatever term they like. We can set that up, and it does well for the company, and the customer gets the system they want, and it's all done at one time. Yeah, so we track our sales monthly, so we know our close rates, and since we've added TEC proposal software, our close rates went up over 12%. We've also increased the average sale of our systems to over $1,400 per sale, which is huge. With the way that the TEC proposal software is set up, people love seeing the 4 options right in front of them instead of writing down on a piece of paper and hoping that they understand what we're talking about. Not only can you show them 4 different options, they can click on a link and it shows them exactly what furnace they're getting, what air conditioner they're getting. People love that because people like pictures. They like to see stuff. When you're doing it with a piece of paper, you can show them a brochure, but it's not the same anymore. That's more of an old school mentality, I think, with showing a piece of paper and leaving the brochure behind. We have folders that we used to leave with customers with a handwritten estimate, and we've since thrown our folders away and we don't use them anymore. So people love, we're in the digital age now, people love having the option, touching the one they want, seeing the one they want, and they can see it in their home and they can see what they're getting, and there's no questions asked, and that makes consumers really comfortable and know exactly what they're getting, and there's no questions then. As far as acclimating the team to it, that was the most interesting part of the whole process with the proposal software. It was kind of a 2-step process. The first thing that we did is we have people in the company that have been around TEC for a long time. Their family works at TEC, so we've heard the good and the bad about the software, and we've never dealt with it. Now that we dealt with it, we had some people saying that we didn't like it, and some people say that we loved it, and it ended up that we end up loving the software. But it's a hard thing to change over from handwriting a ticket to going to a software system that's going to actually make you more money. That's what made me say, we're going to do this, and here's how we're going to do it. Once we learned the software, it was great. As far as transitioning the team, there was a transition period, there was a learning period, but TEC's crew was great as far as helping us get to that point. And once we got to that point, now we're just improving on it, and we know right where we're at financially in every job, and it's a beautiful thing to know. We sell more, $10, $12, $15, $18,000 jobs than we have before. So we're not doing a bad thing. We're helping the customer, we're helping them finance it, we're making it affordable because everyone lives on monthly payments, and our sales team knows that. And if you convey that to the customer and what a great job you do as a company, you're going to win with the software.
My name is Kevin Dixon. I'm the owner of Energy Services, Air Conditioning and Heating Company. We've been servicing Naperville and the surrounding areas for a little over 42 years now. We've always known that, the customer experience is very important. Back doing the carrier surveys on paper, we always wanted to make sure we were doing a great job for our customers. So it just seemed natural to move to online reviews, and it was just a matter of finding the software to make it easy for our customers to do it. We use Podium, and we were introduced from TEC, and when we looked into it, it was just so easy. It's one text that the technician sends to the customer, and it's just, how did we do? And so it makes it really easy for the customer to answer, and most of the time their phone's already set up with their Google account, so it's a couple of clicks and they're able to leave an online review for us. This is another great part of Podium, is that it has the leaderboard that's on every one of the technicians' phones, so they can see how many times their peers have asked for reviews. And when we roll it out, we just said, hey, we want everyone to do this every time they have a call. And we're able to keep track of how many invites they do and how many reviews they get. And so we just have our managers keep track of that and follow up with the technicians if there's a reason they didn't ask for a review. Honestly, we don't worry too much about the negative reviews. The techs are doing such a great job. If they feel like the call is not going great, and they know they're gonna have to ask the customer for a review, they get a manager involved right away. And usually we're able to fix any problem, whether it's a miscommunication between the technician and the homeowner or something we didn't do perfectly. We're able to address it when we're with the homeowner, and usually that taking care of whatever that problem was is going to result in a positive review at the end of the day. Yeah, I mean, every time we run a service call, the technicians are trying to do their best job, and it's just natural for them at the end of the call to say, hey, how did I do? Would you mind filling out this online review? I'm going to send you a quick text. It's as simple as that. And the only times we don't do it are basically when we're just at the house and someone else asks for a review. So, but otherwise we're asking every time we go to a call. We just want this to be organic. So we just ask them, hey, would you mind doing this? Most of the time they'll say yes. Sometimes they will say no, no problem. We just want them to feel comfortable doing it. And our only job is to make it easy for them to do it, and that's where Podium comes in.